Hey, what's up guys, Dan here from DGTech, and if you've seen my video from last week, you'll know that the AirPods left me a little bit underwhelmed. And I actually was at the Apple store the other day, and I picked up the Beats X, the only real direct competitor with the AirPods right now because they're workout earbuds with a W1 chip, like the AirPods. Right away you will, ooh, that's weird talking with these in. So right away you're going to notice that the Beats X aren't as wireless as the AirPods. They're still what we consider wireless earbuds because they don't connect to your phone, but they do have a wire running behind and over your neck. As you can see, the cable is pretty long from my ear to the actual unit resting around my neck, and it's just a little bit awkward, but if I go ahead and tuck that into my shirt like so, it kind of minimizes the problem and it's not a huge deal, just a little minor thing you have to deal with. Similar to the AirPods, the Beats X also include Apple's new W1 chip. This is just a new Bluetooth chip where when you pair it with your phone or iPad or whatever, it syncs with your Apple ID and all devices connected across it. So you can simply change listening to music from your Mac to your iPad to your phone with no hiccups whatsoever. This does not mean, however, that the Beats X are incompatible with Android devices or Windows phones. They will work with anything with Bluetooth. However, it's just a little added bonus on top and a huge selling point to use them with an iOS, macOS, or tvOS device by Apple. In my AirPods review, I kind of knocked the AirPods for having really bad passive noise cancellation. The Beats X totally flipped that on its head, and the passive noise cancellation on these bad boys is incredible. It could just be that the Beats X fit perfectly in my ears and that they block out all the noise because of that, but I really think that Beats just did a really good job at passive noise cancellation on the Beats X, and they will probably fit in everybody's ears because Beats includes a ton of extra earbud tips and ear fins in the box. So unless you have some really crazy shaped ears, I don't see these being a problem. I wasn't blown away by the audio quality out of the Beats X. I'll admit that I've never really been a fan of Beats' sound profile in the past. It's just always been too bass heavy for my liking. At least they toned down the bass a little bit with the Beats X, so they are listenable and passable, and I definitely think the sound quality is decent. It's just nothing great, and for $150 I expected a little bit better. The sound just wasn't that full. The drivers are probably small inside, and that's why, and it's something really hard to explain without trying them for yourself first. So I recommend that if a friend has them, you try theirs out before you buy yours. The Beats X have some quirks to them, and the first of which is the carrying case or carrying pouch, because it's not really a case at all. Unlike the AirPods, this case isn't high quality, nor is it going to charge the Beats X. It's actually just a rubber sleeve that you shove the headphones in to store. I wish they'd included some type of zipper pouch just for that extra sense of security, but it works, I guess. Because the case doesn't charge the Beats X, they have a limited battery life. Unlike the 24-hour battery life on the AirPods, when you combine them with the case, you only get up to 8 hours of music playback on the Beats X. However, Beats includes their fast fuel technology, so you can plug the Beats X in at 0% for 5 minutes and get 2 hours of music playback time. A full charge for an 8-hour battery life takes 45 minutes. So this is really cool because you can just plug them in right before you're about to leave the house, unplug them, and be ready to go for your workout. Speaking of charging, these charge via a lightning cable. It's actually Beats' first headphones or earbuds to charge with an Apple cable, which is kind of cool and shows that Apple is still working with Beats and still believes in them since their acquisition. A cooler quirk of the Beats X is that the earbuds are actually magnetic, so they work perfectly normal when they're in your ears, but as soon as you take them out and put them around your neck, they'll clasp magnetically together, and it's almost like a necklace, and I wish more earbud manufacturers would do this, because then you always know where your earbuds are. It's also worth noting that the actual inline controller is on the left, which is kind of weird because most, and actually all headphones I've used before, it's been on the right, so instinctively I reach up to the right ear to change my music volume or skip a track, but in this case they're on the left, so it's just a little something you have to get used to. A pet peeve I have with the Beats X is actually the power cable. It's really small, it's located on the right node of the FlexForm cable, and it just provides no tactile feedback whatsoever, and it makes it so that when you want to power on or off the Beats X, you actually have to take off the headphones from behind your neck, look for the button, and press the button. I wish that it was just a little bit more clicky so you'd know if you pushed it or not. It's a minor pet peeve, but it's one of those things where if you use them every single day, it may get annoying. Another quirk of the Beats X is actually that they aren't sweat resistant. This is really weird, and I don't really understand why Beats made it this way because they're marketed as workout earbuds, but just know that if they break due to sweat, Beats isn't going to cover you for that in your warranty, and it's just something to keep in mind if you're a really sweaty person or you do really sweaty workouts. I'd also like to take a minute and thank this week's sponsor, Slick Wraps. Slick Wraps, you know them, they make great skins for everything. While they don't have skins for the Beats X, they offer skins for plenty of other Beats headphones and just other devices in general. They do make them for the Apple AirPods, which I mentioned last week, so check them out if you want to customize your device at a relatively cheap price. There will be a link in the description. For $150, they work well as wireless earbuds. It's the same price I paid for my Jaybird X2s a couple of years ago, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend paying for those right now. You see, at $150, they're not really that worth it in my opinion. Of course, you do get the W1 chip, which is really cool, but the sound quality just isn't all that great. I recommend picking up a pair of the Jaybird X2s. Like I mentioned, they're still what I use every single day because they are wireless, and unlike the Beats X, they don't go on your neck, they just go behind your head, and I prefer that actually. And the sound quality, in my opinion at least, is better on the X2s compared to the Beats X. Not a terrible purchase right now, just there are better options and cheaper options in my opinion. Alright, that wraps up this video, guys. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what earbuds you use to work out, whether they're wired or wireless. And subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, peace.